Alright, so this thread night, yeah, so I know the audio for this video isn't going to be the best. I'm using a Blue Yeti Pro, but it's still just, I can't figure out. I need to look at like my old settings. But you can see there's some very spooky areas around here. So I've worked on the scenery around, there's still a bunch of water. But we're well equipped. So we have the trident, the bow, with wind charge arrows, and we're gonna go into this pipe.
Who's we?
Why do I have the speed effect?
I thought you said I had to. Hey.
Yeah, but I'm doing the... Anyway, my dad's here. My mom's on vacation, and I got my computer fixed, so...
Yay.
Anyway, so I'm gonna drink this milk. I'm gonna go with the netherite axe. So yeah, so it goes past the sewers, and then there's this drop. So at the bottom of this drop, there's nothing. And I guess if you're in survival, you have to nerd pull up. Now through here, there's one way, but let's try it this way first. You can see this is like a labyrinth. So this way just ends with stone. We can check out the other way now. Because it's been so long since I've been on this world that I don't remember very well what's in here. There's some obsidian. Looks like there's obsidian at the end of this, too. Obsidian is kind of spooky. Oh, and then it goes that way. And then up through a dirt patch. Goes down into the void right there. Now, and there's some iron ore. Yeah, this is just a giant labyrinth, and I've been misinformed. So next, we can actually go to the sewers. Which are right here. So I'm gonna give myself... Oh, what do you think of the new spawn eggs, by the way? No, I was talking to my audience, but I'll have to give too. Anyway, so, what does night vision look like now? Wasn't it dark blue? Anyway, I'll just go. Oh, so, okay, so... Yeah, this is just another maze that I built. So, this is another interesting thing. The fire went out. I don't know how, because it didn't rain. But yeah. There's the giant cathedral, a storage unit. Anyway, so let's get on the second map, which had ID conflicts. Noob City Legacy. So, I had to take the batteries out, instead I just put copper. And if you'll notice something I coded, it's FPST Infinite in the top left corner. I'll leave it up so you can read that. Yes, I have infinite FPS. If I slow it down to 240, limit it, I have 240 now. See, it says FPST 240. So, I literally have infinite FPS. Now, I could tell you how I did it, but I'm not going to. I'm going to release this program paid. And
Hey,
yeah, I'm gonna make graphics cards and everything's out of date. Because I don't even need a 5090 to have unlimited FPS. Anyway, so
comment stream.
yes. Because I'm getting no lag when I would have had lag. I have a 4080, just a 4080. So I should be getting some lag. Yeah, not a 4090 or a 4080 Ti if those even exist. But these buildings I put proper doors on and it says Vault. So that's pretty cool. I also built a structure over here. And those buildings have fire safety issues. But I thought the new torch plant would be cool, even though it doesn't light up. There's these which say Torch Flower Kingdom, and this is a bell that I've mounted right here. And here's a tiny little well made out of mud brick, like these houses kinda are. And I think they have strip jungle, yeah. So in each house, there's a torch flower and a flower pot, barrel, and a bed. So that's really cool. Yeah. Now, if you move to Icaria, your house is actually empty. Now, we still have some plans for the bar. We paid rent so it wouldn't be shut down, and we paid all these fees. Okay. But, in my house, use spikeweed and plant it under... What? Spikeweed from Plants vs. Zombies? Okay. And plant it under Camo 64's door. I don't... Okay, find lucky, hard to do, delayed. Yeah. I might have to get one of my sisters in player. It's complicated, but I'm sure you'll figure it out. We were never dating, but yeah, she doesn't like to leave the house. Use topography map to map a detailed layout of red bases. Place mushroom virus in or near Trump so he grows mushrooms. Mutate people into Baraki from Bionicle. Failed. Yes, I tried using the sushi restaurant that I will showcase over here. It's a giant sushi restaurant. And you may recognize it from another YouTuber's video series. But we actually are the proper owners since, I'm not legally allowed to say, but since the person, gave up their license, at least for now, we now have and own this industry. But yeah, so a lot of the buildings got messed up, like that one got sugarcane. VR, the building got messed up. The building got messed up. These, I think I tried to repair. And there's other stuff, like the lava pool. Then there's the dumpster, which has an anvil on it. I probably did that, although I don't remember. Here's the school. This is the worst part so far. See all the lava in the streets? It looks like I don't even know. But we have red sandstone and all sorts of weird stuff. The moss blocks that I coded in the earlier videos. At least Junchai's shrine seems to look fine. Village is fine. It just has lava near it. Hopefully no villagers die. In fact, I might do that next. Save that next. But the ID conflicts around this area are just ridiculous, because I was playing in 1.7.10, then 1.21, now I'm on the later versions where there's no ID conflicts, but the update, or upgrade to 1.21 is what made it. The CN building is actually looking pretty good. But we're looking for one of the new buildings that I didn't show, called the Kravis Cafe. So here's a side road. I was just experimenting with what that may look like. Now, an interesting thing is this. So, back when, well, I ported Thaumcraft, but you have to use the /give to get everything, because the AI I made doesn't port the creative tabs very well, and I found it easier just to remove them. But basically, these, when the flux, if it ever gets high, it likes to strike lightning. I think it's Thaumcraft 4 I'm using, or I updated to 1.22. I'm not going to share it because that'd be illegal, but if the flux gets high, I normally do those. And then I could plant 2 silver wood trees, one over there and one over there. But yeah, this is where Spider Nub died from poison. And here's a gun store maybe, or a candy store next to a gun store, I don't know, gun saw lollipop. I should make that a chainsaw store instead. Here's the museum. Everything seems to be right on the outside. The dumpster, everything seems to be fine. And if we come back over here, I believe this way, we have the spy area, which is right there, and the tomb of the unmentionable noob, which only the gravestones are broken. But everything else seems to be fine. I had ComputerCraft in there. I tried reinstalling it with ComputerCraft Refabricated, I think it was called, and it just didn't have the same effect. So, yeah, here we go, over here. So I'm using the new blocks, like leaf litter and the I think it's called dry grass, over here. You can see the leaf litter, it blends in with the dirt, and I put it on the rocks to kind of make it look more natural, I guess. But this is a flower shop, and this is Kravis Cafe. So if we look from just the top, you can see there's tables, but this wouldn't be a proper video if we didn't go in, so. We have pale oak, which really helps the white carpet with the quartz stairs. We have ladder on the bookshelf, and we have these torch flowers, which I should probably... No, I kind of like them. Now, the flower shop is empty for right now, but, This is just the stuff. But yeah, the new mobs spawn eggs. They're gonna take some getting used to, but I like the snow golem, how they finally added it. Do they have an iron golem? I know Forge had an iron golem spawn egg. I'm not sure this does, though. They have an ender dragon spawn egg, endermite, enderman. Skeleton, horse skeleton. Spider, squid, red, tadpole. Would this be, yeah, tropical fish, turtle, villager, vindicator, wandering trader, I think, yeah, witch, warden, wolf, goblin, zombie horse, zombie villager, yeah. So I don't get why here's the bog, but I think that should go down with the skeleton, or next to the stray. But they have it with the breeze. They should have the breeze with the blaze. The bees and the bat, that makes sense for them to be next to each other. They should also stick the parrot in there, and maybe the Vex. Or no, the Vex should be with the villagers. The dolphin should be with the tropical fish and the turtle. Or maybe move the tropical fish in with salmon and cod. I don't know. But yeah, so I hope you can understand me in this video, and I hope you could hear my dad. Because like I said, the audio is really crazy. And I'm hoping to do more to this. You can see I had to change these buildings slightly. The apartments also seem to be okay. These have red sandstone. I thought I saw a player commit suicide. No. But, like that, I think it's pink wool, no, it's pink glazed terracotta. Like, where did that even come from? These are fence gates and daylight detectors. And then, even though there were no blocks in here, I don't believe, there's tons of blocks, like lightning rods that could light the bushes on fire, which I've turned off fire tick. I know I used to have a stair there, golden stairs, so I might have to code that in the future or something. So the main city area isn't looking too good. But, what do I have in these bags again? Yeah, bundles are useful for tools, but you can't choose which tool comes out. But like, if you had a pickaxe bundle... Are these wolves? Horses. And I think this is no, this is the garden, botanical garden. So where's the rad building over here? I think is it over here? No. Let's see if we can find the rad building. Near here. Like, look at that. The ruined portal from the mod just turned into a blue and, like, a glazed terracotta structure with netherrack. Oh, I remember where it is. It's over here. Because here's the parking lot. And here is, yeah, so I was at the correct building. And then it should say rad in text. Now I'm interested in what these items got converted into. Oh, get that back. Yeah, they just disappeared due to ID conflicts. And this was another building that had 3 gargoyles on it. Now, I don't know what to use as a gargoyle. Like, we can come up with something, I'm sure, like... Maybe tough blocks could work. Oh, but wait. Oh, the gargoyles are right here. So if we did... Crap. If we placed one... Why is my reach distance so confused? Place one... And then can these be placed sideways like a pillar? No, they cannot. So what we'll do... We'll look like a face or something. An observer, kinda. No. Because it has to be pointed. We could put, like... How about just armor stands on top of the top blocks? Yeah, that looks good. With, like... I guess we could use nether, right? We use iron. Maybe netherite for the chest plate and the helmet. Oh, what we could do actually is get head area. Are heads stored now? They're not in natural blocks, I don't think. I still haven't found a use for the firefly bush. I mean, it's probably going to be useful in an enchanted forest, but it just looks out of place because it's only the fireflies are around that bush. Now, if you hit them underground, which I think you can do, that'll make more sense. But we could make the gargoyles have ender dragon heads. There we go. Now they look like actual gargoyles. Now, I can develop a mod that allows me to fight them. Now all of this feels very creepy. I'm not sure why. Like the ID conflicts, the mobs that have spawned, even though I turned off mob spawning like right as I loaded, I think. And this is the new logo. It no longer looks like the red sun because that was bad. And yeah. Hopefully YouTube doesn't notice the restaurant name, but I mean every kid knows that word basically. So I wouldn't be surprised if you could just let it slide anyway. I mean they would have to know anyway. So how long have I been recording? Ew. So over there where the command blocks copy, I'll show you this quick redstone. It's nothing fancy. It's just, I kind of compressed it. So we have two examples. I was gonna do three, but I decided I could only do two. But the third one would technically go right there on the bottom half, and it would copy a third, which is halfway, and it copies these and with repeaters to delay it, so it looks like it's actually spinning. Now, if you look, it's just flashing between two shapes, but that's nothing really that bad. So you can see I was messing with structure blocks. Now these, actually, I added leaves to them so you can walk on the water. Not like God or anything, but... and these had special berries. I'm not sure I did a video of that, but it was cool. And if you remember, this area I actually had solar panels. Now I think they're magma blocks. Yeah. And that ice, I'm not sure what happened. Like the roof to the ice area, which I think might have been an ice skating rink. I believe this is still... There might be some blocks missing. But yeah, that's, I believe, still Night Studios. And we still have this hollowed area. And you can see lava just wreck that part. Now this was going to be the school, but like the fancy school. Kind of basing it off of the Android Simulator School. Sorry for my poor English. Not poor English, but poor pronunciation. So this is the mill. I've been trying to figure out a fair mod to convert planks into more planks. And I think I'm gonna use something with command blocks, or the crate mod, just extract a part of it, or install the whole thing, but I'd have to make it super compatible because I'm planning to add UgoCraft and stuff. So I might just make my own version of the crate mod, using Flywheel as well. Because I've updated Flywheel to 1.21.5. Now, here's the thing. I know it's going to go up to 1.25.6. So, it's like, do I make the update? Wait, an iron door? And blank signs? Well, I think somebody's encased themselves in there. Great, I'm gonna have to call the local villagers. My question is Rick Astley still? Because we see that his house... Wait, the cage is moved. Why is only that part blocked off? Yeah, that's weird. The parkour place is still nice. But with the new glass texture, it's harder to see unless you have connected textures, which I should have for next video. Or maybe not, I don't know, it depends on how soon I do next video, if 1.26 is out next. But I think I'm going to do a part 2 in this series. I can take you into those storage rooms. I'm gonna redo Buy off camera. I can show you how I made the lights, which is pretty simple. Glowstone, cobblestone. You know what, let's just do it in this video. So, these have copper doors, and the chests are different raw gold, cooked gold, gold ingots. This is the, that was a weird sound. have ambient turned off, right? Oh, and music's on. But master volume is off, so... Anyway, that was the homeschool area, and this is the gold area. I thought that was the gold area. That's iron. This is gold. It also has copper doors. And Bai, I think, just used to have chests in it. Yeah, it still does have chests in it. Don't know what's remaining in them, or if anything. And we have these bigger houses. So if you want your name put up in my city, of course I can't do it for everyone, but if you have a really cool name, like username, I'd be happy to put your name up in my city. Like, for example, one of my commenters, CC23, I'll put his name. I'll put him as a friend because I have him in my list of YouTube channels that you might like. I think his content is appropriate, but he's kind of gone through an M-game phase, I think. Which I did too, with my Resident Evil 4 playthrough. But, yeah, if you want any of these houses, say if you want a big or a small, and maybe I could dig you out a basement, I'd be happy to do that. And then I can make, like, this one say... Cam 64. IRL. His name is Cameron, if you don't know. He mainly focuses on Nintendo stuff, so that's why we haven't done a collab. Also, he's very anxious about a collab. And the crates are all gone from that, so... Yeah. Should I plant a tree, like, right there? I don't know. I have this log area. No, I swear I used to have more logs. But I could just put a sign. Build. And I'm looking at my keyboard. And put you. Oh, it seems pretty simple. And then I can go over here and put... See, these were the only berries that were here. So I can put... like... in here. Add... Yeah, no, I'm not on camera. But I'm almost done with the video, so... Berries. I can't eat sausage. You're just like Daka's mom. OMG. Is that how you spell berries? Yeah, it is, I think.
I bet I don't look anything.
Oh, you don't, probably.
Exactly.
And, yeah, I'd love to name these houses, some of them after my subscribers. And this is a bus stop. Where's the sign here? I'm not gonna read it, but you can read it. Wait, what? Doesn't say it? Oh, yeah, here. That's what it says. So, if you're wondering what this area behind the house is, that's what it is. And then there's the bus stop, so you can easily start over there, take the hidden pathway, and then go to the bus stop. I don't know why I made that, honestly. But here are some buildings that I plan to build. Also, there's some villagers' houses. but I think this should be like a parking lot or something. And you can see how I mixed up the stones using World Edit, I think it was. I did it, apparently I did it through here too. And, here's an ad for the restaurant. I couldn't fit the other letters, but, like, I feel like it should say Y, or SH, like sushi, but the IT just makes it funnier. Anyway, so we can check out the flower shop. So I believe I used large fern. Yeah, I used large ferns on the side. And right there. And then I added these, I think they're coal blocks, yeah. I added those around to create like an old 80s style restaurant, I guess. And it just looks pretty good to me. Now, I'm not sure if we should have, like, I'm not sure what the flower shop, like, should I extend it backwards? Because right now it's kind of tiny and there's no cashier area. So, this is flower shop. Finish and die. So there we go. Is there anything else we need to do? I mean, I think a pumpkin's on one of these. I think it's closer to over here. No, it's right there. So we definitely need to do something to this building. I feel like we should make like a, copper, or maybe resin? I don't know how that would look though. See, I haven't used any of the resin in the builds around here because it's fairly new. But yeah, then we have this like lava thing and a bathroom which got broken again. And there's some nice villages, old school villages. But yeah, I hope it's, well, you're getting, I think, 30 FPS. Yeah, you, on the video on your camera, the guys, what you guys are seeing is 30 FPS. I'm getting unlimited though, infinite. Fabulous graphics, fancy clouds, and my GPU is only working 33 to 27 or 29%. And the memory allocation is 64. So, I mean, it's a pretty good deal. Anyway, I haven't seen these flowers with cactus on them naturally. And since my super flat world is plain, I haven't seen that. But I'm going to, do a modding tutorial to update your mod. Now, of course, it's gonna use my chat GPT, but it's just, I feel like I should show you.